A very good evening to Dr. Ganesh and our fellow friend. We from Group 9 and consists of 8 members would like to present about Chapter 14, which is Engaging Customer and Communicating Customer Value, Integrate Marketing Communication Strategy. And this is our agenda. And first, what is a promotion mix? A promotion mix is a set of different marketing approach with specific blend of promotional tools that marketers develop to optimize promotional effort and reach a broad other audience. And the marketer task is to find the right promotion mix for a particular brand. And the different marketing have a different situation and they will use a different tool to promote their product. And this is the first measure of promotion mix tool, which is advertising. Advertising is any pair of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, and services by an identified sponsor. First example of advertising is broadcast. Broadcast is the advertising of services or product that is used out of home medium to reach broad audience. For example, like television or radio. Second is print. Print is a form of marketing that uses physically printed media. For example, newspaper or magazine. Third is online. Online is the art of using the internet as a medium to deliver marketing messages to an identify and intended audience. For example, like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Four is mobile. Mobile is any form of advertising that appear on mobile device, such as smartphone and tablet or computer. For example, like Instagram story art, Snapchat filter ad, and video ad on YouTube, and much more. And lastly is outdoor. Outdoor is advertising that reach out consumer when they are outside their home. For example, like billboard. And the second measure of promotion mix tool is sale promotion. Sale promotion is short-term incentive to encourage the purchase or sale immediately toward product or services for only limited of time. For example, like discount. Discount is reduced price or something being sold at the price lower that item is normally sold for. For example, like Watson, I usually make the discount for like 50% discount for a special event every month. Second is coupon. Coupon is a ticket or document that can be redeemed for a financial discount or rebate when the purchasing a product. For example, like KFC, give the coupon to the customer to be redeemed. And so the customer will get the product free or the lower price if they have a coupon. Third is display. Display is a visual merchandising strategy which anything in the store that houses or promote your product. For example, like Art Instant Shop usually display their new product like ball in their shop. And demonstration. Demonstration is a technique to introducing or promoting the product to its potential customer base. For example, like seller demo their product and demo how to make their new product to in front their customer. So that's all for me. I pass to the next presenter.
Next, we move on to the third promotion mix, which is personal selling. Personal selling is the personal interaction by the firm's sales force for the purpose of engaging customers, making sales, and building customer relationships. Personal selling includes sales presentation, trade shows, and incentive programs. Sales presentation is when the salesperson presenting the product by describing its qualities and possibly demonstrating features of the product. For example, Microsoft gives a demonstration of Surface Pro. The presenter goes through several use cases with the product and even highlights the target user for some of the features. Next, trade show is an exhibition where companies in a specific industry showcase and demonstrate their new products and services. For example, CEBIT 2010 trade show at the Hanover Fairground was to display, demonstrate, and discuss the company's latest products and services. Sales incentive programs are examples of incentive plans that reward sales representatives based on meeting sales-related goals and performance metrics in order to motivate sales growth. Next, we move on to the fourth promotion mix, which is public relations. Public relations involve building good relations with the company's various publics by obtaining favorable publicity, building up a good corporate image, and handling or heading off unfavorable rumors, stories, and events. Public relations include press release, event, sponsorship, and web pages. For example, Hobby Lobby announced in a press release that it has raised the minimum wage for full-time employees across all of its locations to $17 per hour. For example, Google started a donation campaign where it pledged to give $2 for every $1 donated through its website in order to help the people in need and build up a positive brand image. Next, sponsorship is a specialized kind of public relations and increasingly popular, particularly with larger businesses. A business will sponsor an event, team, or individual in order to build brand awareness. A professional site makes it possible to present the company's offer to a wider audience, being an effective tool for promotion and outreach. Next, we move on to the last promotion myth, which is direct and digital marketing. Direct and digital marketing involve engaging directly with carefully targeted individual consumer and customer communities to both obtain an immediate response and build lasting customer relationships. Direct and digital marketing includes email, mobile marketing, catalog, online and social media, and lastly, direct mail.
I will continue our presentation with the new marketing communications model. So basically, new marketing communications model is the newest generation of consumers which are forcing marketers to change their old method of communication to fit new trends in communication. There are three factors which causes changes in marketing communications model. So firstly, the consumers are changing. Secondly, the marketing strategies are changing and advances in technology. Moving on to the first factor, which is consumers are changing. So nowadays, consumers are more updated and does not rely on marketers' supply information by searching it through internet, social media, and other technologies. Briefly, consumers are better informed and more communications empowered. The next factor is marketing strategies are changing. As mass markets have fragmented, marketers are shifting away from mass marketing. They are developing more focused marketing programs and build customer relationship in more narrowly defined micro markets. The third factor that causes changes is the advances in digital technology. Digital and social media have exposed to more targeted, social, and engaging marketing communications model. Technologies create new information and communication tools, which is from smartphones and iPads to satellite and online social networks. There are some examples of marketing communications that can be seen from three aspects, which are promotion, brand, and advertising. So in promotion, marketers regularly producing and releasing promotional content to a video channel. In brand, marketers actively engaging customers in social media. In advertising, the marketers reach the target audience with advertising partners to support goals such as brand awareness.
Now, I will continue with Integrated Marketing Communication, IMC. I will explain the IMC based on the two main points. First, IMC can be identified as integrating and coordinating the company's many communication channels or promotional means tools. Integrating and coordinating means that the company needs to manage all the promotional means effectively and efficiently, such as identifying the target audience to elicit the audience response, promoting a message through multiple strategies that work together and reinforce each other, and carefully coordinate all these customer touchpoints to ensure clear message. Each promotional mix will be slightly different for the specific medium, but they are all direct the audience to the same message. As a result, the company can produce a clear message without any elements of vague or ambiguity, a consistent message across the promotional mix tool, and a compelling message which can attract and persuade the consumer. Moving on to the next slide. This is what AMC should be, as all promotional mixes integrate and coordinate together to produce 3C's message, which is consistent, clear, and compelling. There are several benefits that that company gets when using IMC, which is the company can create solid competitive advantage for businesses around the world. It can also boost sales and profit as well as save resources for the company. The company also can build strong customer relationships with the customer. From the perspective of the consumer, it can help the consumer through various stages of the buying process, as the application of IMC on the promotional mix can provide clear information and message to the consumer. Moving on to the next slide. This is an example of application of IMC in the company. Southwest Airlines had introduced an integrated marketing campaign called Transparency by using television, radio, print, microsite, and digital assets to demonstrate how customers will pay for things like check bags, flight changes, and snacks and drink. Besides that, transparency is the philosophy created by the airline in which the customer will be treated honestly, and fairly, and emphasize the lower fare of airline services.
For next part is about communication process. Communication process is important to learn nowadays in marketing because it can help marketers to manage their relationship with customers over time. And in general, communication always will be occurring between the sender and receiver, which the sender is the party that are sending the message to receiver, while receiver is the party that are receiving the message sent by sender. So, in communication process, the sender will be encoding the message, which the meaning of encoding here is the process of turning thoughts into communication. So in this part, sender need to use the language and any kind of symbols which can be understood by receiver. Then after encoding the message will be sent through media, which media here is a communication channel, and the examples of communication channels in marketing is like radio, television, billboards, emails, blogs, social media, and etc. Then, after the message already sent through media, it will be decoding by receiver, which decoding here is the process of turning communication into thoughts. When the receiver already decoded the message, the receiver will give his response, and then the sender will get the feedback from the receiver. And also, while we are going to make communication, there will be occur some noise situation. So in marketing, noise is the unplanned distortion during the communication process that results in receiver getting a different message than the one the sender sent. For the example of the noise in marketing is when there are too many messages, such as too many marketing emails, too many advertisement on social media, or too many TV ads that people view as irritating and slightly annoying. So that is the example. Next, there is two fields of experience that exists in communication process. For the first one is the sender's field of experience. In this field, the circle that sender need to face is encoding, message, and feedback, and also noise. On the other hand, the other one is receiver's field of experience, which has a little different from the previous field in the circle. So in this field, the receiver need to get the message and decoding it and give some response and also facing the noise. However, from these two type of experience, whether it is senders or receivers field of experience, if they are not facing any of the circle, it can make the communication process become unsuccessful. So in order to make the communication process become success, the receiver and sender need to facing all of the circle in their field of experience.
Next, let me give you an overview of the steps involved in developing effective marketing communications. Marketers must do the following: identify the target audience, determine the communication objectives, design a messenger, choose the medium through which to send a messenger, select the messenger source, and collect feedback. Identifying the target audience. A marketing communicator starts with the clear target audience in mind. The audience may be the correct user or the potential buyers, those who make the buying decision or those who influence it. The audience may be the individuals, groups, special public, or the general public. The target audience will heavily affect the communicator's decisions on what will be said, how will be said, when it will be said, where it will be said, and who will say it. Determine the communication objectives. Once the target audience has been defined, the marketing communicator must decide what response is sought. The marketing communicator needs to know where the target audience now stands and to what stage it needs to be moved. Deciding a messenger. Having defined the desired audience responses, the communicators tend to developing an after messenger. The messengers should be to gather attention, hold interest, arouse desire, and obtain the attention. In putting the message together, the marketing communicator must decide what to say and how to say it. Choosing the communication channels and the medium. The communicators now selected the channels of the communication. There are two broad types of the communication channels, personal and non-personal. In personal communication channels, two or more people communicate directly with each other. Companies can take steps to put the personal communication channels to work for them. Non-personal communication channels are medium that carry message without the personal corrective of feedback. Selecting the messenger source. The messenger's impact on the target audience is also affected by how the audience views the communicators. Messengers delivered by high-quality small source are more processive. Collecting the feedback. After setting the messenger, the communicator must research the effort on the target audience. This involves asking the target audience members whether they remember the messenger, how many times they saw it, what points they recall, and how they feel about the messenger, and their past and present attitudes towards the product and company. Feedback on marketing communications may suggest changes in the promotion program or in the product offer itself.
Now, moving on to the hardest marketing decision facing by a company, which is how does a company determine its promotion budget? Here, I will share 4 common methods used to set the promotion budget. First, affordable method. This method set the promotion budget at the level management team the company can afford. This method usually used by small business because the company cannot spend more budgets on advertising than it has. This method starts with total revenue, deduct operating expenses and capital outlays, and devote some portion of the remaining fund to advertising. However, this method completely ignores the effect of promotion on sale. As a result, it tends to replace promotion last among the spending prioritized, even in which advertising is critical to the film's success. Second, percentage of sale methods. This method set promotion budget at a certain percentage of current or forecasted sale or unit sale price. This method is simple to use and help management think about the relationship between promotion spending, selling price, and profit per unit. However, this method does not provide any basis for choosing a specific percentage, as we can use any percentage we want. Third, competitive parity method. This method considers the competitor advertising, marketing, or get industry promotion spending estimate from publication or trade associations, and then set the company budgets on the industry average. For example, if competitors spend 5% of net sales from promotion budget, the company will sell more or less from advertising. But there is a limitation by following this method, such as the company is differ in terms of sale, from profit, or financial conditions. To follow competitor directly may be erroneous. Fourth, objective and task method, the most logical method. This method set its promotion budget based on what the company wants to accomplish with promotion, as it considers company own environment and requirement. This method guides manager by defining specific objective, determine the task that must be performed to achieve, and estimate the cost performing the task. However, this method can be costly and time-consuming to implement, as manager need to set specific objective and tasks to accomplish that, as well as the cost to performing the task. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
In today's presentation, my part is about shaping the overall promotional mix. Is can be easily understood from the perspective of integrated marketing communications. The first one is simply put, firms must be cautious when blending their promotion tools to form a coordinated promotion mix. A great example would be Apple. The second one is taking on that notion. It is crucial for firm to first fully understand the nature of each promotional tool. As shown in the slide above, the 5 promotional tools have different characteristics, which provide different pros and cons, as well as the image communicated to the consumers. For instance, advertising is usually low cost per exposure. The third one is moving on. Push and pull strategies are the 2 basic promotion mix strategies. Depending on the products and services offered by the firm, one of the 2 promotion mix may be a better approach. In push strategy, the firm pushes the product down the distribution channel to consumers, while in the pull strategy, the consumer is pulling the products from the firm. Finally, firm must be the one that is proactively ensuring that each promotion mix is smoothly integrated. In other words, the different elements in the promotion must work together to carry the firm's unique brand messages and selling points.
That's all from our group. Thank you very much for listening our presentation.